Yo, what's good, everybody? It's man Legacy the Prince.
I am CEO AALIYAH.
It's your boy DJ B4EY.
Yes, sir. It's the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, and we are back. Man, so topic of discussion for today.
That last
Back.
topic was really good.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
That was a really good topic.
It was. It was really great, actually. Snip that, post it.
Aaliyah disrespected the co-producer hard though.
I did it.
No, that's all right. He's all right.
Oh, he's still off it.
You probably got
yeah.
You got to apologize, probably. He light skinned.
Oh, I'm sorry, Isaiah.
There you go.
Thank you.
He was waiting on that.
I was actually.
All right, cool. So the topic of the discussion today is probably one of the most controversial things going on right now. One of, I would say. Beyonce dropped a song called Church Girls. Stirred up a lot of think pieces, a lot of controversial topics in the community, especially the church community. I saw Kojic pastors.
They blown.
They are
upset.
upset.
Y'all know another reason why they upset though?
Because they used Twinkie's song.
Exactly.
Cause what?
The sample on it is Twinkie Clark
Clark sisters.
from the Clark sisters. The underlying sample.
When it first come in?
Look at Lily.
Yeah,
Of course they cleared it.
She cleared it, and she
Don't
thanked
zoom in on
Beyonce
that,
for
Seleena.
using the song.
Okay.
I don't see anything
I
wrong
just
with that.
I don't either, but
Because she's going to get a lot of money off that song.
yeah, easy.
Pay me my millions!
Twinkie has always been a businesswoman, though.
Yeah, she gonna get that. She gonna get that bread. But anyway, Zay, get us up to speed about why there was so much controversy about this.
All right, boom. So, the first piece of controversy was the fact that it is a sample from the Clark sisters.
Okay.
And what she's talking about in the song.
Yeah.
She's talking about nobody can judge her but her. She's talking about all the persecution that church girls go under or women go on. Well, this is from the think piece that I read, right? That the song is about liberation and freedom for girls who grew up, women who grew up in the church, and they're free to twerk, they're free to do all these things. That's what she's talking about in the song.
Are church girls freaks? Yes or no?
Are church girls, excuse me?
We won't answer that question here.
What?
Are they, okay, so
The views and
But let's be real.
okay, so I got you. No, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna say the general conception amongst the church community is that church girls are you know what I'm saying? It's because they are, because of all the pressure for them to be perfect and whole. That is the common conception.
Or maybe they just.
So what I'm saying it's because oftentimes I have a lot of homegirls who grew up in the church and like sex is so demonized, right? It's like nobody teaches. There is no sex ed in the church. It's all like, don't do it. You need to rebuke your hormones. No, like
No, that's fine.
My pastor and my first lady say
yeah.
now, they say like God is telling you to wait. He is saying that you should wait. That is the proper thing to do. But don't rebuke those feelings because you're going to need them. Your job is to get accountability and manage those feelings.
That
That's good.
is so good.
That's good.
Because now you rebuking those feelings.
You're
your
rebuking
whole
what
life.
God made.
Yeah, and then some girls when they get married, they feel
Right.
bad when they start. They lost it, or they feel bad when they start having
drive,
sex.
sex,
Yeah.
You said
no.
you, Seleena? Oh, not
Sex in marriage is
not married
worship. It's pleasing unto God, right? So it's like it's needed. So anyway, back to the song. Essentially, the controversy is what she's saying and the fact that she used the song. Donnie McClurkin actually just went live talking about it. Like Twinkie didn't know what the message was going to be. She just cleared the sample. So that's where we at with it.
They don't listen to the song before they clear it?
No, you just
not
clear
really.
the sample.
Not really.
Yeah,
all
I'm
you
not
hear is
clearing
this-
my
all you hear is
feelings
the
when
music.
I'm
Let me tell you
listening
why a
to
lot
the
of times they
song.
don't
One at a
clear.
time, one at a time,
Let me
one
tell
at
you
a
why
time.
sometimes they don't.
Come on, DJ.
They don't listen because the sample got to be cleared, so that can take time to get it cleared. You understand what I'm saying? So they might make the beat already and then send it over to be cleared. Ain't nothing laid down, so they do that in the beginning.
But
Yeah,
couldn't you
sometime.
make a contract saying, okay, I'm going to clear it, and then if I don't approve of it, you can't use
You
it?
can know.
I mean,
Once you clear it, that's your approval.
Do they know who
I
it's
feel
for?
like-
Do they know who the artist is before they clear?
Yeah.
it? Do you
Absolutely.
think
I feel like
anybody's
you
going to
can
say
do
no
that.
to Beyonce, knowing how much money they're about to make
Absolutely
off of this
not.
sample?
Yeah, I think somebody.
And it's
said
just
that.
a sample.
But y'all, come on. Let's talk about the message of the song. Let's talk about what's going on. What y'all think?
Ladies.
I
sure.
want to say, as the only woman on Fresh Leftovers that grew up in church, I really don't feel like
Oh shoot!
is that. Am I wrong?
No.
I ain't saying that.
Okay, because I'm like, I know my girls. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand what the intention was behind the song, and I feel like if you did not grow up in church, the song's not for you to understand necessarily. Because you didn't grow up in church.
Because she
Yeah.
grew up
You
in
know what I'm
church too,
saying?
didn't
Like,
she?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
she
Beyonce
definitely
was a
did.
church girl. So it's like, I know, a lot of people are like saying a lot of negative things and all that stuff, but it's just like, you're not gonna understand every song. You're not gonna understand the message behind everything, and that's okay. You can have your opinion about it, but if that's not your testimony, it's not for you to understand. So that's just my. And then about the whole, I know the twerking and all of that is like mentioned or whatever, and I feel like that's another reason why church people feel a way about it, because it's like, oh my gosh, she's like saying that they should twerk, whatever. But it's not really about just the twerking though. It's more so about the fact that growing up in church, you feel like you just can't do certain things. You don't feel like your body is your own as a woman. So that's really what the song is about. It's not necessarily, people are so focused on the fact that she mentioned church, and the church being, black church is very
judgmental.
Yeah, we have our own thing. So I feel like people should be careful about like how they're talking about it, and take time to really even understand what she's saying, versus just being so quick to like jump on the fact that she's talking about church, because it's bringing up a lot of topics that need to be talked about.
Because people don't even understand how inherently misogynistic church is, though.
Right,
bro. The Bible.
Yeah, like people don't understand, but that's what I'm saying. Like people.
Hold on, wait, before we go there.
Oh, let's do it.
No, I just want to say something.
Oh, I thought you was gonna get spicy.
So definitely understand where Ebony is coming from. However,
yeah.
Although I didn't grow up in church, and I may not understand what you guys had to endure with trying to grow up in church and stay pure or whatever, when she starts saying things that are biblically incorrect, it makes it my business now. Now, as a believer, not as a woman, as a believer, when somebody starts saying things that are not biblically correct,
like what?
Nobody can judge me but me.
But that's not, it's the context of what she meant it.
Let me finish. I was born free.
As believers,
are we born free, or are we born already in bondage to sin?
The Bible says that we're not born with a day without trouble.
We're born sinners.
We're born sinners.
But that does not mean we're born to bondage. We're
born sinners. Do you know the root word for sin?
Which is what?
Trap.
Okay, but what I'm saying is the context. It's the context of which she's using the word.
So wait. My thing is, so we're taking the church girl song and breaking it down into a biblical format.
I'm going to break it down because of what Ebony just said.
Okay.
So the reason,
because if you open the door for one,
yeah,
you gotta break down everything. If we're gonna break it down by the Bible,
no, I get that.
I got a couple little baby songs we can use right now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. That's not my point. My point is, I don't agree with the statement. It's not for X, Y, and Z to understand because they didn't grow up in it.
I understand. I
don't agree with that because it's my business because of what. Okay. Ebony, so say for example, right? Okay, not even for example. Ebony grew up in church. She completely relate with this song, right? I'm not saying that you're saying that, but I'm just saying.
Well, we didn't even get to the twerking part yet.
Say she completely.
Let's speak. Go ahead.
Say she completely agree with this song, right? We can go back to what I said last week. It wasn't a kingdom conversation, but it was, right? When I was talking about how things that we do and say as not only leaders, but as believers can lead other people astray.
Okay.
Right? So, not that, I ain't trying to put you out there, nothing, Ebony, but just based off of what you said, I feel like I have to openly
do you think?
correct. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say correct.
I mean, but
let me say why I say what I said though, because go ahead.
Because I feel like you're taking what I'm saying out of context. I'm saying that I understand what she's saying. For me, right? I'm not necessarily saying like the song is good, the song is bad, because you're going into reference about you have to be careful what you say as far as people who. I see what you're doing. As far as with people who watch you and stuff, I feel, and this kind of goes into another topic that we previously discussed, as far as being a Christian and listening to secular music, right? Everybody's on different spiritual levels, right? You have being a child in the spirit, now if you're a child in the spirit, I'm not saying listen to this song. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I understand what she means. and everyone's not gonna understand what she means in the song. So I feel like when it comes to leadership and people who watch you and, you know, things that you're saying, there also has to be accountability on their side as far as asking questions and not just assuming by what I'm saying that means go and do that. Because I know people that I look to, I'm gonna ask questions. Well, what did you mean by that?
So I have a question because
it's okay to listen to the song.
What you said, my wife had said something to me. This is people putting it out, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have access to ask Beyonce what she mean by that. So right now, like I have a friend who was listening to music, and he broke it down to me personally what he was saying. But everybody else who listens to the song ain't gonna have that same chance to get understanding of what the song means. So people gonna take it how they gonna take it.
But that's the point of art, right? Art is subjective. Like it's you get that interpretation. When Aaliyah heard this song, she immediately said that there has to be some correction. I don't agree with those statements based upon her understanding, the context in which she understood it, and the subjective nature in which she heard the song. That's based upon her interpretation because that's what art is supposed to be done. It's supposed to be interpreted based upon Ebony's experiences and her interpretation. She was able to say, I can identify with these sentiments based upon what I have experienced. And I think the context of the song, well, not the context of the song, but for somebody who's listening and saying like, hey, I've been oppressed by the church. I've been told that I gotta wear turtlenex year round. I've been told that I gotta do all these things.
They still doing it?
Yeah, people. What?
Yeah, people definitely still
they
do
walk in
that.
the church and make you do the fingertip test all the time.
Like, what's that?
Oh, I didn't know they still make people do that.
What's the
You remember when you was in? Oh wait, you don't know. Of course, you ain't wearing no skirt. But as girls growing up, we used to have the.
People still do that, and if your dress is too short to the church mothers, they'll hand you a hanky as you sit on.
Oh, I know about that.
So what I'm
sure.
saying, I'm saying is that a lot of churches are oppressive. I'm sorry, to women still. So that's why. But I see what you're saying. It's a fine line. Like as a believer, like the words, I was born free. I see what you're saying. But to somebody who's been caused to be bounded and entrapped by the church, I can see why the song could be liberating for them.
So DJ, go ahead. I need to have something to say.
Nah, somebody raised their hand, so I was trying to see what they was raising their hand.
This is just my quick question. Is it the fact that the song itself is church girl, or is it the fact that, like, the topic of the song, right? So Justin Bieber has a whole song, the whole title is Holy, and he's singing about a girl being holy, right? But like I haven't heard much conversation on that unless I just missed that conversation.
I was coming down that road.
But like there are a lot of songs that have church connotations or church words in them. So is it the fact that the church title is in there, or is it?
I think it's church girl and the sample.
It's because it's Beyonce. Because we don't talk about Justin Bieber, but he was saved and sang the song.
That's what I'm saying.
It's church.
Beyonce grew up in the church. She's Christian. We're gonna assume. I'm gonna make assumptions. It's a big one.
I think it's I think one, it's because it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
I think two, the title, right?
Yeah.
Because if it was any other, it could have been Thotty Girl. Right?
And nobody would say it.
It could have been side chick. It could have been side chick with the same words, same everything. I've been born free. I was this and that. And it could have been City Girl. And nobody would have said
nothing.
And it wouldn't have been an uproar in the church, let's be honest. But because it's church girl, no? You think it probably would have been an uproar still?
I think if people would have said something about it. I mean, because the sample getting cleared about it too.
No, it hasn't, because
bro, this
R&B artists have used church song. Matter of fact, Drake has a CC and BB Wine sample on plenty of his albums, and then also Kurt Franklin has sampled R&B songs. Like, I'm not gonna say that. No, we ain't gonna talk about it.
I mean,
I don't think anything is wrong with
nothing. That's what I'm saying. Nothing is wrong with the sample.
I think it was a perfect opportunity for the church to say something. And
but Aaliyah was making a great point though earlier.
What was the point?
I think she was talking about like the influence that Beyonce has, and when we talked about careful and all this type, being careful of the words you use that are not biblically aligned or correct.
Right.
I don't know if I think
that's because the light is being shown on the fact that it's the song Church Girls.
Yeah. So you're saying if she would have named it something else, it probably would have been different.
Yeah.
There's plenty other songs.
Yeah,
that's why I said if we open the door for making a biblical comparison to, like, all right, you're saying this, but that's not biblical. If we do that, bro, we gonna be here for years
Okay, I
get
breaking
you.
out every
If
song
that was a
biblically.
regular
Okay, that makes
song,
sense.
It could have been called Be
because
Free.
It's church girls.
Church
Yeah.
girls.
Okay.
So the church antenna went up.
And
And
the
then
sample.
Oh, the
On top of that.
So now, when we was breaking it down, we was talking because we was just like, somebody had made mention about church girls twerking.
Yeah.
Now, let's be real.
I think that was Seleena.
Selena was saying, what did you say? Oh yeah, Selena said she not
did say
talking.
it.
She said she
no,
not talking.
she
No, she
took
said
that
she's
back. Go
commenting.
ahead, sis.
Oh my God.
I'm just trying to make sure.
Well,
I'm
wanna
just trying
get
to
twerking
respect
involved.
what
Come
you
on now.
said.
She's a vessel.
Build a
Somebody's
passion.
listening.
All right. Should Christian girls twerk? Yes or no?
Can they twerk? Is
I
it
mean,
okay?
Better question.
no, I
better
don't like
question.
that. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like that.
That's what I was about to say. Better
That's what you
question.
said.
What is your revelation behind twerking?
Okay, so for me
Sheesh.
personally,
Way to clean it up,
right,
man.
I know who I used to be. Okay?
Exactly.
And what I used to think about.
What's that?
I know why I did things. Like twerking, for an example. What I would think about.
What
Why?
did you think about?
What?
While you
No,
were
no,
twerking?
I am curious about that because I thought it was the music. But go ahead.
I mean, if I'm dancing, y'all never like pretend you like. You
Oh
know,
no, I still twerk.
I mean, I did.
I'm just like,
And so because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thoughts that I would think of while twerking are not clean, and because God has delivered me from that lustfulness that I
I'm twerking.
no, not
Oh,
just
I
twerking,
don't
I'm just
know.
talking. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why me personally, I don't twerk. You know what I'm saying? I did used to do it not that long ago, but I don't do it anymore because I don't want to. When you haven't done, like when you've been delivered from lust or anything for so long, anything can trigger it, like anything, and the enemy will literally use just a little drop to entice you further and further and further and further and further,
Yeah.
until you commit the sin.
So
And so for me personally, I've had a pattern and noticed certain things trigger certain things. So it could be that, or it could be a conversation, or it could be something I look at, something I listen to,
put your hand up.
and then it'll just go. And so what I do is I'm just very careful. I set boundaries for myself, lines that I don't cross, to make sure that I live a consecrated life the way that I
So
feel
what
like
is
God
twerking?
has.
Hold on, I got a question.
What do you mean?
Like, is there a difference between twerking and dancing, like regular dance? Like, is twerking like another
I
level?
think twerking is a dance.
Yeah. Like what?
Oh,
Like
booty shaking.
Isn't that what that
when
is?
somebody say
They used
twerk,
to
you don't
booty
think
shake
of
back in
somebody
the
doing a
90s too. So
wall.
I mean, twerking and booty shaking is different, right?
And gyrate.
Oh, gyro. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just asking because like I saw some pieces where it was just like people were saying that dancing was
Of the devil. Oh my man.
wrong as well. So like I don't really get it.
I guess it depends on the spirit behind it. Like, what are you doing? You
So I
know what I'm
got-
saying? Like Seleena said, like, the reason why I wanted to rephrase that question is because some people twerking is nothing to them. Twerking don't make them think nothing. Twerking don't make them
And
feel
that's
nothing.
what I'm saying.
Right, right,
Yeah,
right, right.
twerking doesn't do
Right.
none of that to them. But because of her past experience and her revelation that God has given her
Yeah, yeah.
on why she shouldn't do it, it's the reason why that's good for her. You have people who don't have, like, say me and Zay, we talking about a specific topic, right? And I got a revelation on why we shouldn't do it. But Zay, on the other hand, he never got that revelation. God
Can't
could have
wrong.
only gave me that revelation because of what I've experienced and what he know my triggers are.
Yeah, yeah.
So
heart.
yeah, because he knows your heart. You know
And
what I'm
what you're
saying?
thinking.
And
So
that's what makes Christianity such a can turn into a dangerous thing.
Well, I don't know.
Because people take their own personal revelations a lot of times and make it gospel and say this is what you have to do, and
Well,
that's
that,
like
okay.
Well,
on that,
that's
on that
what-
aspect, on that aspect,
that's the part
yeah, I
That's
where it's
true.
understand what
like
you're
That's
it's
true.
saying.
dangerous.
And I was
It
getting
is.
ready to say, well, if they read their Bible, they would know that's
and
not
that's
what
the
you're
second
supposed
part.
to do.
That's the second part too.
Romans 12, it tells you, it lays it out for you where you're not supposed to give nobody your personal conviction and say that's why you do what
Exactly.
you do.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
because
But-
you got down. I'm in Genesis.
And 14.
Oh, he-
I haven't get to Romans
And
yet.
but that's the thing
I get
though.
you. I get
So
you.
if I'm not in
I've been
Romans
doing this
yet,
for a long time. I just.
But that still go back to what I said earlier. You
It's
going
so
to the well for yourself. Like, your pastor can say anything. Are you going behind it to get the revelation for
Wow,
yourself?
yes.
That's true.
Uh,
But is their pastor teaching them to go and get it for themselves? Because some
Oh,
pastors
shoot.
don't do
That's
that.
problematic.
That's
Yeah,
a whole
some
nother-
pastors don't teach them to go get it for themselves too. But at the same time, the Spirit of God, first,
Come on.
Oh,
the thing is this, bruh. Your pastor, yes, your pastor is here to shepherd you.
Yeah.
But every pastor is not going to say, do this, do this, do this, do this. You have to have the you have to have the Holy Spirit, who is the revealer of all truth, to lead you and guide you into the things that you should do. Minister Mike never told me to read my Bible for me to know I need to do it. They're not going to give you so specific. They're not going to say, step 1, go get baptized. Step 2, read your Bible. Step 3, start. No, I'm just saying, some of them do. Some do not. So the ones that do not, does that mean that they're wrong and that you don't need to do the things that you're supposed to do?
Is that a good teaching though?
Is that
as a teacher though? As a shepherd?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
As a teacher.
I'm just saying. Say if you got a new patch, you going to a new church. They haven't learned this yet. You're just now sitting under somebody who who not giving you the proper steps. They're teaching you. You are learning things, but what if they just haven't said, make sure you go home and read your Bible for yourself? You still are responsible for taking that word and dissecting it yourself.
Now, what I won't do though.
Seasoned, though.
But what I won't do is
No, this is before.
I won't. Dang, I forgot what you said. My bad, bro. I forgot. But I got a question though.
I'm a girl.
Now I was talking to him.
Oh.
My bad.
I have a question.
He called me brother.
If when you get married,
no twerking at the wedding,
will you unlock that for your husband? It's just a question.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I probably will.
So it ain't gonna. Okay.
Wait a minute.
No, hey, watch it.
That's count.
Stop. Hold on.
That's count. That's count. Hold on. Listen.
Wait, you can't.
Hold on. No. I'm not just talking. No, I'm not talking about. Hold on. I'm talking about. You know that at the end of the day, bro, my thing is like this, bro. If you in that moment with your boys, your spouse, bro, that's coming out.
Wait.
Freaks come out at night. What's?
Hold on.
What?
I don't know what he's talking about, but to be fair, when you said that, I had a conversation with somebody else, and they was talking about secular music and what I would play like sexy secular music for my husband, and I was like, I mean, I probably will, you know what I'm saying?
Probably, or
but I probably wouldn't play like no crazy vulgar music.
Well,
we not playing no.
But hold on, why you cut me off still?
Oh shoot!
So what I'm saying is, right?
Go ahead,
Seleena.
I'm sorry. But to answer your question, twerking, my brain. So I probably will. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm with my husband, yeah, I probably will unlock all that stuff. Duh, that's the point, right? To please my man. You know what I mean?
I mean, I didn't ask that for like to. I'm just asking because I wanted to see where you were gonna go with it. Because I understand that's your husband at the end of the day, and I heard what you were saying. You said it triggers you. What y'all talking about? What y'all laughing
but that's what I'm saying. What's funny? But
I don't know that
laughing
for real.
though. Like
I don't get it either.
I'm talking about me as a single woman. I'm living a consecrated life as far as like me not being.
I got you. Because you cleared the single woman part up.
Yeah.
I understand it from that perspective now.
No, yeah, I understand that.
Okay, so there's nothing. Moral of the story: there's nothing wrong with it. It's like because like I
you got certain cultures though that do it. You got certain cultures that do it because that's a part of it. It's their culture to do it. Right. Like a lot of Liberians, my cousins do it. My cousins, they mom is Liberian, and it's not It's not seen as sexual. It's seen as something else. Yeah. It's a form of dance. It's a form of joy. It's a form of celebration.
Yeah. So you saying they twerking?
Like what she said. That aspect of it. No. I'm talking about for not for you. Okay. But when push comes to shove, so we can't say that because it's not called twerking over there. We stole that from them
and turned it into something.
And turned it into something provocative, perverted. Yeah. So we can't say that. And that's because you coming from the beginning. You cannot say that. Where's the root of where it comes from? Hey. You can't say that, we can't do it because of verdict. Oh, the pastor said. The pastor don't know where it came from. It's a celebration. You can't break somebody's culture and tell them it's perverted. I dare go to my cousins and tell them they can't have their celebration. They whole tribe about to come at you. That whole tribe coming. You can't say that. That's just like me saying. That's just like you going up to somebody and saying your whole way of being and what you learn your whole life is wrong.
That's what
they're coming for you. So when push comes to shove, my thing is this: it's like she said, it's your revelation of it. I'm sorry, I believe it's the revelation of it. Yeah. Because my revelation of it, I work at clubs. You can twerk in front of me. I'm not a booty dude. I don't care about booty. I'm not. So I'm just saying. So you can twerk in front of me all you want to. It ain't finna do nothing.
It ain't enticing you.
That's not gonna entice me. But some other dudes, boy, I'm telling you, they be drooling, just drooling. So my thing is, it's at the job, I'd be like, man, get away from me.
Cap. I'll just
listen. They saying, hey, you can come
I'll
see
just mess with you, bro. I don't need to go to
all right, so Aaliyah, Moral of the story, man.
I think the moral of the story is Romans 12
and 14.
It's Romans 12 and 14?
Yep.
I believe so.
Romans 12 and 14.
Don't believe.
Others people's convictions and revelation is not your others people's convictions. Others people's.
It's the light skin attack for me,
Others,
big dog.
get her out of here. Get her out of here.
Who?
Zombie. What's her name? Zombie? She looking like this.
Others people.
Get her out of here.
Others people.
I didn't even see it.
Yes, I say that all the time. Listen, we used to say that. I know it's wrong, others people's, but we used to say that growing up. Like I say that all the time. I'm surprised that's y'all first time hearing me.
It's the other East Side thing. I heard
I'm surprised that's y'all first time hearing me say that.
Yeah.
Like I say that often.
Okay, but more of the story. I'm sorry.
I can't remember.
Bring it back up.
Either way, if it's not your revelation, it's a revelation that God gave somebody else, then
Thanks.
if it's not your own conviction, do what you feel led to do. If you feel like that is a revelation that is for you,
Exactly.
eat the meat, spit out the bones. That's it.
My God.
Hey.
All right, man. So we're about to run off to another hot topic. We'll be right back. We got more with the Fresh Leftovers Radio
want her
Show.
out.
Also,
I want her out of here.
Also, check some of this.
Sorry.
Check some of this behind the scenes when you get a chance. So we'll be right back.
What's up, Kingdom? It's your girl, CEO AALIYAH with the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show. And I just want to remind y'all to make sure that you are tapping into our YouTube channel. I know you love what you just seen. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your sister, anybody you got to tell. Get the word out. Let us be known.